do I really want to give over the parenting in that moment to one of these things, which will give them, like Sandra was talking about yesterday, I can't remember how she said it, but something to overcome later in life, right? It's just filling them with negative memories and negative things to overcome. Do I really want to give that over, or do I want to keep the privilege of parenting my kids? Do I want to be a grown-up in that moment and parent my kids myself instead of one of these things? But when we do let these things in, for anybody who happens to have experienced this ever, we know that they very quickly snowball on each other, right? So once fear comes in, it's very easy to let irrationality come in and take over for fear. And then worry take over for irrationality, and all of a sudden, we're not in there anywhere, right? It's just all our decisions and actions are coming from here instead of reality. And for me, when I can recognize that this is happening, that's like my starting point. That's where I can say, okay, now I know what's happening. Now I've got to fill myself with some resources and get some clear thinking from the wise people about what I do with this. So I wanted to go even a little more specific, if we haven't gotten specific enough, and take 3 examples of what it might, or what it's looked like for me to choose to chill out in real life. And these are 3 kind of like really opposite end of the spectrum's example. There are times in my recent life, in the last few weeks, where I've really needed to choose like a total opposite of the frenzied path I was about to go down. So for those who do have anxiety, you know how easy it is. That frenzy, you can get into that frenzy like just like that if you're not taking care of yourself, right? Or, no, I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry. Strike that from the record. So, okay, you're in the laundry room and you hear from the living room, he's not giving me my space. And I think there's something like primal that happens when you hear your child yelling, you think they're in danger or something, and already it like brings me up to some level of approaching frenzy. So in my real life, this is a moment where I have to choose, am I going to go down the road of being totally frenzied, or am I going to choose the option of chilling out? So in this particular case, and you can sub in any words you need to for anxiety here, would say, oh my God, what do I do? If I talk to him too much, I'll annoy him. If I tell him, I'll hurt his feelings. If I tell Cindy to go into the bedroom, I'm not empowering her as a female. If I, and I'm filled with doubt, and I don't know what to do, and I'm not taking action, and everything's just getting worse, and it gets into a frenzy, and I'm all of a sudden speaking like this to them, and nothing good is happening, right? I've been down that road so many times with them. Now, this happened recently, and I was like, I've got to choose a real opposite to this. Like I've just got to get my mind like totally away from that place that I usually like to go. So I looked at them and I said, Sydney, would you have enough space at Little Man, which is an ice cream stand that we all love to go to? And they both totally knew what I was doing. Like they're almost 8 and 10. They knew what I was doing and they appreciated it. They got it. They smiled. Like we all went down and had ice cream and that worked. And in this particular case, Owen I didn't want to hurt his feelings because he wasn't doing anything. He was